I'm Jason Luton, and this is WGEM News Now for the 10 a.m. hour. Well, a truck crash has closed U.S. routes 36 and 24 near Monroe City. About 7:30 a.m., Missouri Department of Transportation reported a crash eastbound on U.S. 36. Officials said traffic will be directed to use the ramps. The duration could last up to 4 hours. If you haven't already, now is the time to get your HVAC systems checked. But how do you know which company or contractors are reliable? The Better Business Bureau reports they received more than 6,000 complaints last year about heating and cooling contractors. The regional director of the Quincy BBB says that while the tri-state region has a lot of trustworthy HVAC contractors, there's still the possibility you could get scammed. He says many times what he sees is customers getting told one price, but then when the contractor arrives, they get told a completely different price. He reminds you to call around and compare prices before settling on a contractor.
Just don't take the first one you see on a Google search, because what can happen there is those folks that are at the top of that Google search, they might not even be from here, and they have bought that ad space to make it seem like they're here, and they might not be someone who's even in our community.
As it continues to get colder, he reminds you to make sure you are getting your furnace checked now before something goes wrong. If you're in a rush because your furnace is broken, he warns you're more likely to accidentally hire a scammer. Well, Quincy firefighters say an overnight house fire was electrical in origin, likely from an overloaded circuit. It happened at 619 College Avenue, that's just west of the Jackson-Lincoln Pool. Firefighters say they saw smoke on the second floor when they arrived after 10 p.m. They were able to put the fire out within minutes. No injuries were reported. Well, that house fire comes as Quincy firefighters say they've kicked off their Red Wreath campaign, saying they've already had to change one bulb from red to white because of a fire lit by a cigarette, which was the homeowner was not aware of due to non-functioning smoke detectors. With each fire over the holiday season, one bulb will be changed to white. And the Adams County coroner has identified 64-year-old Kimberly Norwood as the woman found dead in Washington Park on Sunday. She was a resident of the nearby Lincoln Douglas Apartments. Police say there's no criminal investigation and she had no signs of trauma or injury. They believe she died of natural causes. And Quincy Central Services is reminding you to drive carefully during the winter conditions. Following more winter weather, trucks will be out and about doing more cleanup. Director of Central Services Kevin McLean says the snow over the weekend was a heavy snow, causing the larger pileups on the sides of the road. He said crews were set to be clearing the roads again overnight, but warns that even if a road looks clear, you should still slow down and drive safely. If you have any issues with unsafe road conditions, he does ask you to call Central Services. Well, the Quincy City Council has taken the next step in approving an increased tax levy. The increase, just over 6%, is driven by an expected increase in property values. The city gets about 15% of your tax bill, but the actual tax rate that you pay will not be finalized until after the equalized assessed values are available. Property taxes for the city are primarily used to fund police, fire pensions, and library general obligation bonds. Quincy City Council also approved permits for a senior living facility and a landscaping business, as well as a bid to spend about $37,000 to demolish 3 more properties on the Fix or Flatten list, a police vehicle trade-in for a new crime scene van, and memorandums for police mental health services, as well as the purchase of 600 tons of road salt for about $55,000. With sports betting underway in Missouri, advocates are sharing concerns about the risk of gambling addiction. A University Health Gambling Disorder counselor says she meets new clients after they lose big money. Others come after fights with loved ones, and some face losing their homes. She expects more clients now that it's legal, but says families can spot warning signs early.
To make gambling a little bit safer, right? Setting that budget, setting that time limit, making sure that your expenses are taken care of so that you're taking care of, your family's taken care of, and doing a little bit of a self-check or self-evaluation of, am I still in control of this?
Hansen says awareness matters most right now, especially for first-time bettors. Now here's WGEM digital meteorologist Whitney Williams with your First Alert Weather Now forecast.
Much of our day today just cloudy yet again, but by very late into the afternoon and evening, slowly the clouds will clear from the west to the east. So those on the Missouri side will gradually start to see some sun. Same thing as you get closer towards the Mississippi River, but into the night, more clouds will just return and we're back to cloudy skies. Daytime high still very cold, unseasonably cold for our Tuesday with that high of 26. And then for Wednesday, a little bit warmer at 34 before we dive down to 6 for a low.
Happening tonight, the Quincy Police Department is inviting the community to address questions and concerns in beats 1 and 6. The meeting will take place at 6:30 p.m. at the building north of Grandview Church at 10th and Spruce. Residents in beats 1 and 6, which is north of Broadway and west of 18th Street, can discuss what is happening in the area and meet some of the officers. Anyone outside of the beats can also attend the meeting. This will be the last beat meeting of the year. Well, that's it for WGEM News Now at this hour. I'll be back at 3 p.m. with more. In the meantime, you can stay up to date with these stories at WGEM.com, on our mobile news and smart TV apps, and on WGEM News at noon.